Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
So I'm going to start today with a quick question. Who in here strives to be first? Okay. How about who strives to be second? Who strives to be third? Okay, so the others don't strive to be anything. So today I'm hoping by the end of this speech we're all going to be striving to be third. In June of this year, after my sister's bachelorette party down in the Florida Keys, we all took a little pit stop at my grandpa's house in Weston, Florida. It was the first time that we visited that house since my grandmother passed away in March. So when we got there, all my cousins and my sister and I, there was a lot of emotions, coming back from an exciting weekend and then going into that house and just having a lot of memories come flooding back into our minds. We had a 5-hour drive left to go, me back to Jacksonville, my sister and my cousins back to Tampa. And we were looking at our watch, saying, okay, we need to get on the road. And right as we were going to stand up and start saying our goodbyes, my grandfather, with excitement, was like, have you guys heard of Gail Sayers? I'm like, no, Willow, never heard of her before. Who's she? And he's like, if you have a few minutes, I would love for you to just stay and watch this mass that I recorded. It'll be really quick. Just please stay and watch this mass. Looked at my watch again. I was dreading that drive. It was already a long weekend, but I couldn't break his heart. I'm like, okay, Willow, we can watch the mass. So we turned it on, and I learned all about Gail Sayers. I learned it was not a woman. It was a man. He was an adept running back for the Chicago Bears, a Hall of Famer. He was known as the Kansas Comet, and he was a legend both on and off the field. On the field, he was known for his speed and agility, and off the field, he was known for his strength, his humility, and his support. On the team, he became friends with another running back, Brian Piccolo. They were both two complete opposites. They were the yin to their yang. Brian was more talkative, always cracking jokes, super loud, whereas Gail was more reserved, more humble. And they were also the first interracial roommates in the NFL. Gail Sayers suffered a really horrible knee injury in 1968, and all of the news said this was going to be the end of his career. All of his teammates were fearing that they lost the running back that helped get them to their success. Brian did not let that happen. Instead of the coaches, instead of the doctors, Brian decided to take it upon himself to get Gail off the ground and get him back onto the field. A remarkable comeback. Gail played the following season. In that same season, in 1969, Brian started struggling physically on the field. He was coughing, shortness of breath, and he later found out that he was diagnosed with embryonal cell carcinoma, which at the time was a really rare and aggressive form of cancer. In 1971, Gail was awarded the George S. Halas Courage Award. In his acceptance speech, he really wanted to highlight that he did not deserve that award. He was super thankful for the friendship that his friend Brian did to get him back onto that field, and vice versa. Just like Gail was there, or Brian was there for Gail, Gail was there for Brian in his recovery, and he really wanted to help lift him up and really emphasize the importance of friendship. Unfortunately, Brian died the following month after that acceptance speech. Brian really wanted to carry his legacy, so he really preached this motto that he learned from a reverend: I am third. God being number one, his friends second, and himself third. So I'm going to challenge you all today. Is there someone in your mind that you haven't talked to in a while? Is there a way that you can help lift a friend up? The way that we saw how Viata lifted Jerry today, and how Olga, she's giving me her telescope. What a kind act of friendship. What is something that you can do today to challenge yourself to help lift someone else up? I want to hear about it next week. Thank you.